spirited practice today? Yeah.
It's challenges. It's a Monday now. It's very intentional to what we need to do, and sometimes it's all in different ways. But I think that these guys will do is they will compete. When you come out and you put the ball down and you go to play, they'll play.
Was it like that Saturday too? In terms
of a little bit, yeah. I mean, it was very similar to the structure of what we're trying to do here. With taking some of the older guys out and really trying to get these young guys an opportunity to get in there and play a little bit more and to evaluate them on what their competitive spirit's like and how hard will they go, not what they know, because a lot of these guys are even some different positions. You're kind of moving some guys around to see where they're going to, sometimes play a little bit more in the future, maybe even in the bowl game. But trying to put them in position just to see more so what's their competitive spirit and how hard will they go.
Is part of that just having a few days too where they're not hitting each other and things like that?
I don't know. They hit each other pretty well today. They'll hit each other pretty well tomorrow. Wednesday they'll have a little opportunity to back off a little bit, and then we'll go at it again for a few straight days. But I think that's what we need to find. In order for us to take the next step as a program and a team, we really got to make sure we can find those guys that got that competitive spirit to take us into this next opportunity, meaning the bowl game and then beyond this.
You had two guys that transferred in the first semester, or the winter semester last year, Hudson and Cook. Any chance we see those guys?
Good chance. Good chance. You'll see them. I don't know how much. I know that you'll see them. Whether it's special teams, whether it's truly playing a role in the games. But you'll see them. I think that's why you kind of throw them out there with the young guys and a lot of the things we do to start practice. They're not young guys, but this is their first real opportunity. We want to make sure everybody knows that they have an opportunity to go out there and play, and we want to evaluate to see how competitive they are now that this situation has changed.
People know a lot about Hudson, but Cook might be a little bit more unknown. What can you tell them about Brian Cook?
The people of Cincinnati know who he is, but no, he's a guy that just like Hudson. In the whole way things have happened, it's not fair, but he's waited his time, bought his time, had an incredible attitude, worked his butt off. He's got a bright future. I mean, obviously he's been a two-year starter at Howard coming here. He's going to create a lot of competition for us. He's going to create us a lot of depth. I know darn well he'll be on 4 special teams to start with, and then he's going to work his way into playing some for us. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for him, but also for us.
I know Hudson didn't get the decision he wanted in August. How did he do practicing through the season and keeping a good?
He did. I mean, he went through his ups and downs just like any kid would. I mean, I would have gone through them, but he did a phenomenal job. The last 5 weeks, really, he was, almost like our guys were ready for him to go back to the other end and not be down with us because he was giving them every look that they needed, making them better. So he's bought a lot of time. He's paid a lot of dues. He deserves some opportunities, and he'll get them.
It was about as heated as I've ever seen Mike in a practice.
Mike who?
Warren.
What about him?
He just seemed a little upset today. Is that just is that the attitude you're hoping for?
No, I want attitude of guys that are going to compete between the whistles. And I think that's what we're trying to find. But there's a balance there. There's some things we got to do as a program a lot better, and it's the ability to be at that edge and control our emotions and things. So you got to find ways to get guys into these situations and see how we can handle them as a team, as an individual, as units. And I think that's what if we're going to get something out of these 8 practices as opposed to just preparing to win a bowl game, we're going to find out who not only has that competitive spirit, but who are going to be our leaders, when these seniors walk out here.
So I was going to ask, last year was a little different. You didn't have the championship game. 8 practices, is that what you're hoping for?
We may get a few more, but I'd say 8 good padded practices. We'll do our normal routine as we would do for a game prep, which sometimes is not really what I mean by some of those practices. But we're going to find a balance to what we need to do here and then what we need to do when we get to the bowl site.
One of the storylines that didn't really see the light of the day during the season was Zach Hummel getting moved to center for the scout team, and then you guys watching him play and going, he's kind of good at this, and then today he's at center. Can you tell me about it?
We're just trying to find where these guys are going to fit. A lot of times you bring these guys in here, and we're a development program, and we start with the O-line, D-line. And those guys, the ones that we know that walk in the door, that in 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, are going to be completely different. And I mean, because of what we do in the weight room, how we, continue to push them and motivate them. Those guys usually have the greatest growth potential. He's one of those guys that came in, could play defense for us. Had a little bit of a, depth issue on the offensive side of the football, and was a guy we moved over there just to start with, just to give us a week or two, and right now it's still a little bit of an experience. We know he could go back and play defense, but trying to see where we can get him to and what he can do, for the future.
What was it about him at center that jumped out?
He's a competitor, so it's not like he's not, sometimes you say, well, that guy's not quite as quick or as fast, maybe he's an O lineman. No, he's not quite as big, so he's a D lineman. No, he kind of is the exact opposite of all those things. He's a guy that's not as big, but he's really quick. It's just one of those things that they really intelligent guys on that side of the ball sometimes that find a way to be really successful, and not where we see him right now, but even where we might see him in 2 years.
What's this time like for you and the staff with signing day coming up? You got the bowl practices going.
It's tough. I mean, even having that championship game, and a lot of times this is a week where you are allowed to be out still, and they've switched that again, so now this is off. So this is an opportunity for us to spend more time with our guys, but we got to be smart and make sure we can wrap things up and finish it on Wednesday.
You were very clear past 2 years about how this is the job that you want and you're excited to be here. Obviously with some of the coach openings your name came up, but it didn't seem like there was ever any
I
change
hope
on
that
your
they come
part.
up every year, not because of an ego thing, not because of anything more than we're doing what we need to do. We're having success on the football field, so everybody outside notices, and if anything, that gives our program a little bit more publicity, or our kids a little bit more publicity. I mean, when coaches move, it's because of one reason. It's because they had an incredible group of guys on the field, and when they have opportunities, it's because of what those kids have done on the field. If anything, I hope it just gives us a little bit more light to our program and the things that those guys are doing to make us look better.
It sounds like maybe an athletic director hire might be
Really?
in the works soon.
I'm kind of locked in here, so maybe I'll probably hear it from one of you guys first. One of you guys will text me and say, "Hey, is this the guy?"
I'll tell you when we get done.
And then I'll probably say, "Oh, let me make a phone call," and I'll find out. But I don't know.
Well, the search firm interviewed you though, right when they were here on campus. Was that a session?
I think it was a token.
Oh yeah, right. Well,
I was in the midst of trying to get prepared for a game. I didn't have a ton of time, and I didn't have a ton of input other than I believe that we want someone that's really energetic, really enthusiastic, and is dying to grow, as an individual and as a program would see, and not somebody that they'd say, hey, these coaches got a pretty good thing going here. Let's just keep riding this thing out. No, who's going to come in here and just like a coach who's going to motivate and push and allow us to take this entire program to the next level.
All good?
Good.
Appreciate it.